And welcome everyone to round 5 of LSR Season 5. In Group 1, we are here today at Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. I'm David. I was commentating here alongside Robin, who today I think is on the grid, or I think not. I don't see Robin on the grid now, but well, the thing is, no, he is actually in the grid on the Alpine, sorry. So yeah, last weekend I commentated for the first time in LSR alongside Robin. Today he will be driving and I will be by myself commentating for this Japanese Grand Prix. I'm very happy to commentate again here on LSR on Group 1. We have already some drivers coming out for their first flying laps. It's Nick already on an out lap. B-Thumb, the man that won last weekend in Austria, also on an out lap. Same as Aiko, Cloud, Flash, and Robin. Of course, the man I commentated with last weekend as well. So, well, drivers about to set their first quali laps on the track of Suzuka. And, well, I gotta say, this is one of the track I really enjoy driving at. But at the same time, it's probably not one of the easiest tracks, especially the first sector, due to all the S's, which you have to nail perfectly. It's not the easiest track to overtake, but as we saw in PSGL this week, it wasn't hard to overtake like before because of how powerful the DRS and ERS are in this game. So I think we might see a lot of overtaking in action on track. Most people already on an out lap. Nick is about to go to the 130R. And will soon start his first flying lap. Going on board with Nick into the final chicane. He's gonna go full throttle now to start what's gonna be the first lap set of the day. Coming into the main straight, not the longest straight of course in the F1 calendar. And it's gonna come to one of the trickiest corners to take on all the calendar though. This turn 1, which is kind of tricky corner now, coming into the SS, takes a bit of the curve there, not any of the inside curve in the next one. Avoiding all the curve once again. Curves can send you flying if taken in the wrong way, especially around this part of the track. Nice take of the SS by Nick. Now coming into the end of sector 1, and it's gonna be a 31.2. Goes down to 4th gear to start next corner and into this short, not even can call it a straight. Now into the corner, goes down to 3rd gear. Now he's gonna come up the hill into Spoon. Up into 7th gear already. Quickly we'll go up to 8th gear, down to 6th gear to take the Spoon corner, down to 5th gear. Gets a nice exit out of the corner now. Probably the fastest part of the track into the 130R, where for example we saw the move from Alonso and Schumacher time ago in 2005. And now coming into the final chicane, 3rd gear, and actually Cloud was ahead of him. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. Cloud has done a 26.8. Now following Nick does a 27.2, 4 times lower than Cloud. So Cloud at the moment doing a really good job there, sitting on first place by a longer gap to the man in second. There goes Flash in the line. It's a 28.6. I don't think that's... I think he probably did a mistake on that lap. It's not a competitive lap time at all. B-Thumb now goes second fastest, 27.1. Aiko goes second fastest now, 26.9. Just 2 people on the 26 at the moment. Robin has done a banker as well. Now starts his first flying lap. Coming into turn 1 is gonna meet, I think, maybe his teammate or a Williams. No, I think there's just one Alpine on track today. And yeah, he's not on a lap. I think he never was actually on a lap. Raul goes now 4 fastest, 27.2. Dollar goes 6 fastest, 28.0. We're gonna go on board now with Thales, who is about to start his first flying lap as well. on the Red Bull car, coming into, no, it's actually diving into the pit lane. No fuel on that car, possibly messed up his first run. Damiano now goes first fastest just by around 40 thousandths of a second, or less than 40 thousandths of a second ahead of Cloud. There's a really close gap, both on the 26.8. Now Gatowski goes first fastest by a massive gap of 4 tenths ahead of Damiano. That's a mega gap between the Red Bull and the Alpha driver. Now a new leader appears on this qualifying session. Still a long way to go, 12 minutes to go on this qualifying session, but the Red Bull there has set a very competitive lap time, which we will see if it can be defeated or not in the remaining of this qualifying session. Following Jimmy now, the other Alfa Romeo, who is still on not set a flying lap, but is about to set one now. It's done at 110.7 on Sector 2, now coming into the chicane, the shortest sector of the track. Getting a good exit out of the final corner, into a line he goes, and it's gonna be a 27.4, enough for P8. Following Prof through Sector 1, now it's gonna come into the SS. Not taking any of the inside curve, not any of the other curve as well. He's avoiding curves completely in that first sector of the SS. He's gonna go a bit on the grass there. We're almost on the grass. It's gonna be a 32.3 in Sector 1. I don't think that's the best time for that one. Precisely. Down to third gear for this corner. That's a decent exit out of it. Dollar has left the session. A little issue there for the Aston Martin driver, who's still on the pit lane. He's gonna stay in 7th gear for Spoon. He's gonna go down to 5th gear, down to 4th gear, going low on gears for the exit of this corner. Goes a bit wider. I think part of his line he's taking for this part of the track. Not exactly that he made a mistake. It's in 111.9. Well, that's definitely not gonna be a good time, because remember that Jimmy was in a 110 and he finished just P8. I don't see this one ending in a good lap time. Following now Prof into a line, and it's gonna be, yeah, as I said, high lap time, 28.5, just enough for P12. And Betham, I think, is on another flying lap. He's about to finish the lap. It comes in the line, and it's gonna be for Betham actually just improves 40 thousandths of a second. So 4 people still have not set a lap time on this qualifying session. That would be Igor, Thales, Artem, and Nander. So reading a bit of the comments, the commentary box in the YouTube chat, we have Rick Stratting, who says, "Hello David, good luck commentating. Thanks mate. I'm pretty happy to be here for the second time. And well, I'm hoping to have a lot of fun commentating today in the race. Already having a lot of fun in qualifying, watching the drivers set their lap times." And then he says, "Hopefully it will be exciting since the track is amazing." And yeah, I agree. It's one of the classics of F1. Suzuka has been in the calendar since long time ago, and it's also known that it's fan favorite. So should be fun to watch the drivers racing the best way possible today here. And then he says, "Pole prediction. Well, I might have read this a bit late now, but if I'm gonna go someone on pole, I'm gonna go with Gatowski, because I think the gap he's shown, it's pretty big, and I see it really difficult that someone will defeat that. And even if someone does, Gatowski still, I guess, has some margin to improve. So I'm gonna stick with Gatowski for pole. I'm gonna stick with him. The Red Bull driver, I think, will get pole position." Let's go on board then with the other Red Bull that has not set a lap time yet. That would be Thales. He's currently on a run to finish his lap. Coming into the 130 hour, it's a 10.9. Yeah, doesn't look like it's gonna be the best lap set. Coming into a line he goes, and it's gonna be a 27.5 P9 for Thales, just behind Jimmy, and kind of far behind the lead of the pack. Now we are still missing 3 drivers to set a lap on this session. We're gonna go with Robin Doe, who, well, actually once again, unable to do a better lap time, comes into the pit lane. Igor is on an out lap right now, so we are gonna follow him into the start of this brand new flying lap. He has a little slide before starting it, but I think that won't cost him time because that was start finish line. Coming into the main straight he goes. Igor is going all the way by the outside of the track, taking a bit of the inside curve into turn 1, a little bit more of curve there and a lot of curve into that corner. Flash now has left the session and he's taking a lot of curve into the S's. I gotta say that's brave, because that curve can definitely send you spinning if taken wrong, as I said before. Comes into the end of sector 1, and what time is he gonna do? He's gonna be a 30.4. I guess that's decent for sector 1. Taking once again a lot of curve. Also we can see he has very low fuel on the car. He stays in 6th gear, down to 2nd gear for this corner. Taking once again a lot of curve in the outside. And now he's gonna come to spoon. Already up to 7th gear. And he will stay on 7th gear, down to 5th gear. Taking once again a lot of curve in the inside and in the outside as well. A lot of curve once again. He likes to use a lot of curve off the track. Now I think Raul has gone 3rd fastest for 26.7. Klaus also improved, but still far from Gatowski. And now we follow Igor into, and Gatowski improved, as I said, he still had margin to improve 26.3, improved 1/10 of his previous lap. Igor goes 7th fastest, 27.2. I guess not a bad lap, but not enough to challenge for pole position. And Artem, mega lap there by the Mercedes driver as well, 26.4. One of the drivers remaining to do a lap now has gone 2nd fastest, just 1/10 slower than Gatowski, so actually we might have some little contention here for pole position. Mango goes now 3rd fastest, though still a bit far behind from the 2 leaders, 2 attempts lower, almost 3 attempts lower than Artem. And how many minutes remaining to the end of this session? I have to ask. I'm getting blocked by this yellow flag, and now I can see it's 4.5 minutes remaining for the end of qualifying. Still plenty of time to go. Some drivers on the pit lane just waiting, taking their time to come out and set what would be their last flying laps of the day. Drivers that will definitely need one are Nander. I'm not sure if he's maybe serving a quali ban, because he hasn't done a single lap, I think, or not even left the pit lane, so I'm not too sure about it, or maybe he's waiting for the last minute to come out. And Robin, who will now start his final flying lap. Following him into the main straight and into turn 1 he goes, stays on 8th gear for a long time, keeps now on 5th gear, and coming into the S as he goes, takes a lot of the outside curve, a lot of the inside curve as well. Really aggressive driving style by the Alpine driver. We'll come now to the end of sector 1, and what time will he set? He is gonna be doing a 31.0. I think that's a really solid time for the first sector, but he has a massive slide there. Massive slide that's definitely gonna cost him time. 7th gear for Robin, down to 3rd gear, taking a lot of the inside curve, and he's backed out of that lap. He is gonna do, I think, he's gonna try and save battery. and try and do one final flying lap now, because if he pits now, he's probably not getting any more time to do another lap. Everyone, as you can see on the pit lane, except Robin and Thales. Thales on an out lap now. He needs to find a better time if he wants to improve his current position, which is not good at all. 13th place for Thales, and pretty far behind from the lead. But we saw he did some mistakes on his previous lap, so I think he definitely has some more pace to show. Two minutes to go. Gatowski leads, followed by Artem and Mango, Cloud, Raul, Damiano, and Eichel, the only 7 drivers to be on the 26. And we have yellow flag on most part of the track. Now it's a bit better, and we are gonna go once again with Robin on his final attempt this time off a flying lap, and hopefully it won't go the wrong way. Following him into the main straight. Getting to 323 kilometers per hour. Now once again taking a lot of curve. He needs to keep it nice and clean on the S's. This is gonna be his final chance of setting a good lap. And actually, even if he has to be a bit conservative, he needs to try and at least set something decent, so he won't be starting right at the back of the grid. And actually Nander, no, he didn't have a quality ban or anything. He was just waiting for the exact last moment to do just one lap for some reason. Maybe want to save tires for the race, I'm not sure about it. But he's gonna go for a one-shot quali. And we are following now Thales through sector 2. He's gonna meet a lot of traffic there ahead of him. Hopefully they won't block his lap. Nearly got blocked there by the Alpha, but he's doing his best to try and push to the line. There goes Williams, goes to a side to let Thales go in the end of this flying lap. Prof has retired. I think he's on it in the pit lane. Thales improving 3/10 his previous lap. That would be enough, I think, to get him to around P9. We will see if he's able to improve a bit more or not. Robin has retired in the end. Wasn't able to set a good lap. Following Thales now into a line he goes, and it's gonna be P9, as I said, 27.1. Following now Beetham, who, if I'm not wrong, is the championship leader right now, into his final flying lap. Coming into the SS, taking some curve there. And actually I'm gonna go with the leaders fighting for pole position, Gatowski and Artem. Gatowski now coming to the start of sector 2. Artem already ending sector 2 and about to start the final sector. Cloud has crossed the line. It's a 26.5, unable to get enough closer to the top 2. Artem improving 79 thousandths of a second. That should be enough to put him ahead of Gatowski. But we have to see what Gatowski can do as well, and how Artem's final sector will be as well. Following Artem into the finish line, and it's gonna be improved almost 1/10. Goes first fastest, but we're still missing on Gatowski's lap. Improving, I think, or I think it's not improving. I think it's not improving, and this might be the end. Maybe in the end I was wrong, and it's not gonna be Artem on pole. It's not gonna be Gatowski on pole, but it's gonna be Artem, I think. Following Gatowski into the finish line, and yes, it is gonna be Artem who will take pole position for the Japanese Grand Prix. Great lap there by Artem, by a minimal gap to Gatowski, but still enough for pole position. Massive lap there by the Mercedes driver, and we'll see how it will carry on into the main race. And we're getting ready to start the Japanese Grand Prix. No formation lap. Lights coming now. And it's lights out and away we go. Who has got the better start? It's been Artem, and I think Cloud is also attacking Gatowski, but Gatowski will quickly cover the inside. It's not easy to get moves done into that turn one. Both Ferraris having a battle between them. If they are teammates, they don't need to crash into each other. Meanwhile, Artem leads, followed by Gatowski, followed by Cloud. A pretty decent start from all these guys, I gotta say. Not any accidents. Well, as soon as I say that there's a little accident, I think that's Nandarov. But I guess that has been on his own. Let's see the tire strategies. Pretty much split strategies through all the grid. We see Artem on softs, Gatowski on hards, Cloud on mediums, Raul and Igor on hards, and Mango on softs. This is going to be a really interesting and strategic race. Down the inside goes Mango and gets the move done against Igor. Betham is also on medium tires. We'll be looking to make some moves in here. Mango goes down the inside, gets the move done on Igor. Takes up the place, as it should be on soft tires. Artem trying to break the DRS gap against Gatowski, which should be easily done. Be done easily due to the tire differences. Here comes Cloud, who's gonna think about the move against Gatowski. Down the inside, no, he's gonna back off of it. I don't think the softs will last for long. Not sure if Artem picked the right strategy or not. And here we go, on board with Cloud, who is now on the slipstream of Gatowski, but still not trying to attack him. Gatowski is, though, using a bit more of ERS to try and close the gap to Artem. A little bit of carnage going on the grid. There's a little bit of contact with Poker Raul and Mango. And some yellow flags going on. Talos is in the pit lane. He's pitted for hearts very quickly. Nander, by the other hand, did have the incident, but he didn't have to pit. Artem leads 1.1 ahead of Gatowski, followed by Cloud, followed by Mango, followed by Raul and Igor. Betham comes in 7th place, Nick on 8, Icol on P9. And now Gatowski trying to do his best to close up the gap to Cloud. And now he's gone wide, he's gone very wide there. That's going to allow Cloud down the inside. It's also going to allow Mango to try a move around the outside. There he goes, gets the move done. Gatowski has lost 2 places at the same time. This is that little mistake that's also left Artem with a 1.8 second gap. That could be crucial for the rest of the race. Now he has free track to push and no one on his DRS to bother him. Can just try and build the gap from now on the rest of this race. Not many other things happening at the moment. We have Robin, who's made up already some places. Prof is also on a charge, and Flash, Nander and Talos have had some issues on the start of this race. Now Mango is coming on here on the move for Cloud. He's trying to get the move done on the Haas driver in 2nd place. Following now Mango going down the inside. Cloud is not even trying to defend this one. He's just gonna let him go because he's on the soft tires. Now Cloud is right at the back of Mango. And Artem will try and keep pushing and increasing that lead of the race. We'll see if he's able to do it or not. Artem leads 1.8, 2 seconds now ahead of Mango. Mango losing a bit of time there to Cloud. Might have made a little mistake there. This is also helping Artem to build up the gap. Igor 1 second behind Raul. And everyone, mostly everyone here is still on the DRS train. Except, of course, the leader with Mango. Up now Cloud, who will be on the attack for Mango. For 2nd place of the race. Also have to remember that DRS has already been enabled and he will be able to activate it in the main straight. Mango using some more ERS than Cloud to try and defend that position. We'll see if he's able to do it. The ERS amount, the gap difference between these two is massive. Igor and Icol, I think, having a little battle in here. That's Nick off and into the pit lane he goes. No, he's not in the pit lane actually. He's had some incident there. Not sure with who, but it's off the road. And now following Cloud, now still unable to get the move done against Mango here for P2 of the race. Gatowski just sitting there at the back of this two. And is looking now in a really good position to try and go for the win of this race. But at the same time, we will have to see if Artem will extend that gap. Because at the moment the tire advantage won't benefit Artem at all. Raul doing his best to try and stick to the back of Gatowski, but he has already lost the DRS gap. 1.1 behind his teammate Igor right at the back of him. Both will be defending from Betham on the medium tires. There's been a yellow flag. I think that's Talis right at the back of the grid. Mango having a little slider on the exit of the corner. Still managing to hold up Cloud in second place of the race. Following now Cloud, that's still not trying to get the move done on Mango. I think no, he's actually trying to go for it now. No, not really. He's back of it now, once again decides to try and go for it. On the main straight he goes, and Cloud takes second place of the race. And he's not far at all from Artem. He's just 1.4 behind. Artem has not been able to build a gap against Cloud. I think Artem should start pushing because the gap is falling down. And I think Gatowski is the one he will have to worry the most because he is on the hard set of tires. Good battling going on here in the front of the grid. Gatowski now gets the move done on Mango. Something happened to Mango there. I think he might have made a mistake there. Probably he did, because he is out of nowhere. He lost a place to Mango, and there wasn't an overtaking place around there. Artem now in the lead of the race. Talis has retired in the pit lane. Following now Gatowski, who's right at the back of Cloud, and Cloud also closing up a lot the gap on Artem. It doesn't seem that those softs are working the right way. Mango is dropping a lot of places as well. Has dropped already to Raul. I think he will definitely be pitting anytime soon. Mango right at the back of the Ferrari driver. Will he try and retake that place? No, he's just trying to sit there right at the back of him. Artem Stars also losing a lot of performance now. Cloud is right at the back of him now. And I think soon we'll be on the DRS. There's been a yellow flag. That's Dollarov in Sector 1. Robin making up another place up to the P13 of the race. He's in a really good fight back till this point. We'll see how far can Robin get on the rest of this race. Artem leads 1.2 ahead of Cloud. Once again unable to pull away from the Haas driver, who's now trying to push a bit. Artem not trying to push, but I think he should, because the tires won't be helpful later on. So I think he should have tried to build as much gap as possible with the amount of ERS he has. Gatowski will be trying to get the move done against Cloud. Now Cloud is closing up a lot on Artem, and he's already right at the back of him on DRS zone. Artem had really good quality pace, but now in the race doesn't seem to have the best. He's a whole second ahead of Cloud. Cloud now trying to get into the DRS range for the next lap. It's gonna be once again a DRS trend between all these guys, and I wonder when is Artem gonna think about pitting. It still stays out. Cloud has got the DRS against him. Gatowski has got the DRS as well. Pokerhole a bit behind the DRS gap, but if Artem is too slow due to the tires, then I think he will definitely be catching that DRS train. There goes Igor and Betham getting the move done on Mango in the main straight. Those softs are dead at this point, nothing to be done there. Eichel and Hartz I think will be the next one to get the move done against Mango. Artem leads 1 second ahead of Cloud. He increased a little bit the gap. And well, of course, Cloud and Gatowski are going to go long on this race. I think Gatowski is the one that's looking in the best position right now. Following now the fight for the lead of the race, Cloud is right at the back of Artem once again on the DRS zone. Now in this straight on the 130R, he's gonna get a lot of slipstream and will be able to close even more the gap. Will he be thinking about a move into the main straight or not? Closing up 6'10" behind already, 5'10" before the last chicane. And I think Artem set a little slider in the exit of that final corner. 5'10" behind, I think still gonna be too early to think about a move, but he is definitely gonna be getting closer and might think about one into the next lap. Now gets really close to the back of that Mercedes car. He goes a bit wide as well. There goes Bitham also getting the move done on Igor in the main straight. Eichel right at the back of them as well. Mango has already got overtaken by Eichel, and then Damiano is much more far behind, 4.6 seconds behind the McLaren driver. Bats is actually still getting really good pace on those soft tires, holding up to the back of that Alpha on the hards. Meanwhile, Robin still on P14 of this race, right at the back of Dollar, and will be trying to get that move done as soon as possible. We'll see how far can he get after starting at the back of the grid. Prof has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and he's gone off the road as well. He's gone off the road and crashed. Broken wing for Prof. Artem in the lead of the race, followed by Cloud still. The gap has not decreased that much compared to last lap. In ERS conditions, they are still pretty similar. Kwiatkowski has almost full battery. That's going to be a big advantage later on. And also that his tires are going to be the best ones on the grid really soon. Cloud now 310 behind on the final corner. Is he going to try and go for the move now on the main straight is the question. He's got a 5-10 gap once again. I think he's not going to try it. Or might he do? I think at this moment he's just trying to stick to the back of him, not really thinking about going for a move. Yeah, he's gonna back off of that. And there's a yellow flag, and that might be a safety car. No, not this time. A safety car would be great for Artem, who needs it now because his tires are quickly dying. Already lap done, and he has already a medium and a hard runner right at the back of him, looking to get that move done. Raul has not been able to close out the gap to them. He's no battery as well. That's Prof out of the race in the pit lane. That's our second DNF of today. Damiano quickly closing up the gap on Mango. It's 3.3 already. You can see how big the tire difference is at this point of the race now. If Artem is still up there, is due to his race pace. That is really good. But we'll soon have to pit. Will he go for the mediums or the hards is the question. I think a soft medium could be a good strategy to think about. Now Cloud is close to the back of Artem once again on the final straight, coming into the 130R. He's gonna get a massive slipstream there. Has to slow down on purpose to not make contact with Artem. Has had a little moment there in the final corner. I think there's nothing he can really do to hold into his place this time. But actually, Cloud also gets a moment there. Also gets a moment that might get a little brave to Artem in the lead of the race. He's now deploying ERS. He's going to try and stick to the lead, but no, he won't be able to. And there he goes, Kwiatkowski as well, getting the move done around down the inside. Artem will try and hold around the outside from him. Is he going to be able to hold into his place? Yes, he will. By a minimal margin, managed to hold the Red Bull behind. And that's going to be Cloud in the lead of the race. Will he start pulling away from this two is the question now. And what will Artem pit is the other question. I think mediums should make it easily 17 laps, or maybe not. I'm not too sure about it. We can see these guys have already done 10 laps on them. So if Artem wants to pit now for mediums, I think could be the right moment to do so. Kwiatkowski is breathing right at the back of Artem. Robin out of the race. He's crashed out. That's going to be a safety car. And that might have just saved Artem. And now everyone will be able to pit for hard tires. But the hard runners will have to pit for mediums, which I think should make it easy to the end of the race. So we'll see how this goes. So you can see there, most people now on mediums or hards. No one is on softs anymore because that wouldn't make sense at all. We have the race leader Cloud on hards, Artem on mediums, same as Gatowski is on mediums as well. Raul has gone to the mediums and Beetham on hards. Eichel, Igor, Damiano, Bats on mediums, Mango on hards, Jimmy, Dollar, Nick on hards, Nander on mediums, and Flash on hards. I think we still will have one more lap of safety car if I'm not wrong. I'm not 100% sure of it, but I think we will have one more lap of safety car. So still under safety car, but this will be the final lap, so we are gonna get going. We will have 15 laps of racing to align. And we'll see how the tire strategies will affect the race from now on. Will the mediums make it to the end? I think they will do, but maybe they won't have the best performance. Cloud leads the pack, followed by Artem, followed by Gatowski. Now everyone on the same tire age. So as I said, safety car going out on this lap. We are gonna get restarted. Cloud has to do the best restart possible. We have almost the half of the race remaining. Coming into the final chicane he goes. And will now start accelerating, I think. Yes, he will. Starts going, and Artem is right at the back of him. I think he caught a bit napping there. And Artem will try and get that lead of the race as soon as possible. Cloud has to use a lot of ERS to keep Artem behind. Managed to do so. As I said, it's not the easiest track to overtake, especially no DRS yet. So that's also what made Cloud able to hold into a lead of the race. Now Raul in P4 trying to close the gap into the leaders. Beetham into P5. And Eichel, Igor and Bats will also be attacking Beetham as they are on the faster compound of tire at this moment. Following now Artem. Right at the back of Cloud on this slipstream, and will try and get this move done as soon as possible. Can be on the 130R maybe in the final chicane as well. We'll see how it goes. Gatowski also thinking about making the move on Artem. Artem trying to retake that P1 of the race. Now coming into the best overtaking zone of the track, I think after the main straight with DRS of course. And here goes Gatowski, gets a really good run on Artem and is gonna get the move done. Gets the move done, moved quickly up to second of the race. And he's gonna try and get the move done against Cloud as well. Into the final chicane they go. Who's gonna break the latest in here? And it's gonna be Gatowski. Gatowski will be taking the lead of the race. Make 2 moves on 1 mega job there by the Red Bull driver. Now it's gonna be Artem trying to take the place against Cloud as well. Down the inside he goes. He doesn't want to lose ground against Gatowski, who is still on the same compound of tire as him, and they should have similar pace from what we saw in qualifying. Artem now quickly moves up to second of the race, and we'll now be looking into Gatowski's position for the lead of the race. Raul still on the DRS train of all these guys. Besom has still managed to hold into his place against Eichel, who's still right at the back of him, trying to get this move done for P5. Igor and Bats still almost on the DRS train. Mango tried to have an attack against Bats, but in the end, of course, Bats will have the better tires for now. And here comes Eichel thinking about a move against B-Tom. Following now the battle for the lead of the race, Gatowski leads, followed by Artem. Artem now still won't get the DRS for the next lap. But as soon as he does, he will definitely be aiming to take that place, both on equal ERS conditions. Cloud also almost on the same ERS conditions as the top 2, and will get the tire advantage later on this race. There goes Artem around the outside, thinking about a move. I think it was a bit too early to think about it though, especially when there's no DRS enabled, but he still managed to get a good run and exit out of the final corner. None of them deploying the ERS, just pure racing without using any battery at all. Gatowski leading, but Artem is breathing right at the back of him. He's not gonna let him go easily. And Cloud is also trying to stick into that train for the lead of the race. Gatowski leads, followed by Artem. They are gonna come now once again into, not Spoon yet, almost into Spoon. And then the battle will resume once again. Nander making up some moves. Flash is not even in the lobby. I think he isn't in the lobby since qualifying actually. And Nander also, I think it started last this race. Already up in the P12. It's not been a big improvement, but still. He's gonna be aiming for points, I think. He's doing a really good job at the moment, and Nick right ahead of him. He will be looking to get the move done on the Aston, but we gotta resume the battle for the lead of the race between Artem and Gatowski. Artem will be getting the DRS into the main straight. Will he be getting the move done though for the lead of the race or not? 4 temps separate these two. Less than 4 temps, no, 4 temps, yes. Separate these two. He is now gonna be using a bit of ERS. No, he's not using any of ERS. He's just trying to stick there into the lead of the race. 10-second time penalty for Jimmy. And 5 seconds, I think he's gonna retire. Yes, he did. He did retire from the race. Nander now trying to get the move on Damiano. Actually, Damiano's the one that has overtaken Nander there, and has moved up to 12th place of the race. Eichel getting really close to the back of Beetham. Will be aiming for that move for 5th place of the race. Cloud has lost a little bit of some temps against the 2 leaders, but still sticking there to the DRS, which is what he needs in the remaining laps of this race, because the tires will definitely be better by the end. So he might still have a little go to take that lead of the race. Both leaders just trying to save some battery. This might, I'm not sure if it's the best strategy or not, but in any case I don't think they have any other option, because Cloud will still be able to stick to the back of them. Raul though is coming strong to attack Cloud. Still some temps behind to try and think about a move. Beetham is about to lose the DRS with these guys as well. That might allow Eichel to get the move done in the main straight. Not sure if Beetham managed to get the DRS. No, he didn't. This can be the perfect opportunity for Eichel to go for it. And something's happening here, but Artem has lost a lot of time to Gatowski. And that's Eichel, who won't be getting the move done on Beetham, but will be getting closer to think about it on next lap. Bison will now try and close up the gap once again to the leading pack. Artem, I'm not sure if he had a little moment or something, but in any case, he is once again right at the back of Gatowski. Cloud still on the train, same as Raul, and Bison is doing now his best to try and stick to this DRS train. 9-10 behind now. He's managed to retake the DRS for the moment. We gotta see if he is able to keep it into the main straight or not. Gatowski now leads the pack, followed by Artem, followed by Cloud, then Raul. All of them on the DRS train, same as Bison and Eichel, who's really close to the back of Bison. If he had this gap on the previous lap, he might have got the move done, but now Bison will be getting the DRS as well. Both of them very low on battery at the moment. Bison has done a really good job to stick to the back of all these guys. Dollar getting the move done against Bats in the main straight. And Cloud has just lost the DRS against the top two, so this might start complicating things for the Haas driver. He needs to recover that DRS as soon as possible, or if not, he might lose his chance of getting involved in the battle for the win of this race later on, when his tires will start working better than the medium runners. At the same time, Raul is attacking for that third place of the race, but once again Cloud quickly recovers that DRS gap, and now Gatowski has a better ERS condition by a little margin than Artem. Doyar's now got a 3-second time penalty, which will cost him because the pack is really close there at the back of the grid. Now once again the battle will resume for the lead of the race. Gatowski leads 8 tenths ahead of Artem. Artem will be getting the DRS, but he is way too far behind to try and think about a move into turn 1. Bison once again loses the DRS. This might be Eichel's chance or not. He's closing quick to Bison, but he's not gonna have enough straight line speed at least at this stage to get the move done against the Williams driver. He'll have to wait for another lap to try and get that place. Bison once again really close to retaking that DRS range with the leading pack, but he is now 1 second behind. He needs a little bit just to get back to the DRS. He is back in the DRS now, once again loses it. Now he's going to be 1.1 behind. Raul in 4th place of the race. He will have to do his best to try and close up once again on this final straight. I think he has enough speed to get it or not. No, he won't. He will be dropping out of DRS for sure. This might be Eichel's opportunity to try and get that move done finally into the main straight. Eichel has to brake. Coming into the final chicane, he's got a really good exit out of it. I think this should be Eichel's chance to try and take P5 of the race. Getting a nice run, a nice lift rim, using the ERS and the DRS. Gonna get the move done against Bitham in the main straight. He goes, takes P5 of the race on the Japanese Grand Prix. Good move there by Eichel in the main straight. Took a bit of time to get it done though, but in the end, he's managed to do it and up into P5. And we'll see if now Igor can attack Bitham as well. Have a yellow flag, that's I think, and Aston Martin in Sector 1. Towski leads 4 tenths ahead of Artem. Cloud doing his best to try and stick to the DRS gap. Both leaders once again with really good amount of battery. Cloud has had to use a lot to stick to the back of these guys. And to be honest, I'm not sure when will the hards exactly start working at the moment. Medium still I think the better tire to be on. Just 9 lap old medium tires. Same age as hards. But we still have 7 more laps to go on this race, so degradation can start showing up in the coming laps. There goes Igor against Bisam as well. Bisam is flashing, so Igor might get the move done in the main straight. He's got a little tap there to Bisam. Bisam is dropping now. He will need to give the place back to avoid a penalty. He is giving the place back now, and Igor once again at the back of Bisam. Gave the place back though. That has cost Bisam some time in his battle against Eichel as well, who can now try and start pulling away a little bit from the rest of the pack. Nick has retired in the pit lane. That's gonna be our 5th DNF of the day, and well, actually our 6th, because Flash is also out, or really because he's a ghost car. So we really just have 12 drivers on the race remaining. Nander has pitted for fresh medium tires. Igor is looking good to try and take Bisam's place, also because his ERS amount is much better than Bisam, and Mango could be on for a move as well. He's not far, but we gotta see. Damiano is not far as well. We'll see if we can close up the gap to Bisam and to Bisam, Igor, Mango, all that train ahead of him. Now here comes Igor at the back of Bisam. He should be getting this move done in the main straight, because Bisam really has nothing to defend it with. Igor right at the back of him with ERS, and DRS should be an easy move from the Ferrari driver. Into the main straight he goes, and Artem's also on an attack. Sorry, I had to change for the battle for the lead of the race. Artem has taken the lead now on lap 22 of the race, and also Igor gets the move done against Bisam. Moves up to P6 of the race. As I said, Damiano would be closing up the gap. He's closed up the gaps, 1.7 seconds behind Mango. Mango will also try and think about an attack against Bisam and Igor maybe as well. Igor trying to close up the gap on Eichel. Might have a run on him as well if he has better pace, but at the moment Eichel started to increase a little bit the gap. It's 1.2 now. Bisam not that far behind from the Ferrari driver. Oh, and Bisam has spun there. Not sure who was at fault in that. I lost a bit of concentration there. Not sure what exactly happened there, but Bisam is off and down to P9 of the race. And he's gonna lose a lot of ground to the guys ahead of him. Teammate Bats is a bit way too far behind from him, so he's not gonna be losing that place against him, but he is possibly gonna be finishing this race on P9, unless of course Mango does have a penalty, so then he might be still able to get one more place at least back to P8 of this race. Coming into the final laps of this race, Katowski will be looking to try and retake that lead, but also with almost full battery. Artem also with a good amount of ERS saved. Cloud doesn't have really good battery, but the tires should be starting to work better really soon compared to his rivals. Nander out of the race has retired in the pit lane. That's going to leave us with 11 drivers remaining on this Grand Prix. And what I gotta say now is Igor's got to the back of Eichel, and there might be a change here for P5 of this race. Also, the other one attacking is of course Gatowski for the lead of the race. Igor right at the back of Igor. Igor with a bit better ERS conditions than Igor. Igor has nearly 0. Meanwhile, Igor does have at least almost 30% ERS. Gatowski and Artem battling on the final corner. And it's going to be Artem leading. Gatowski will back off that move. Both using this opportunity to save ERS. Also, Cloud will be trying to save some ERS. Can Cloud still thinking about the win of this Grand Prix? Gatowski getting really close to the back of Artem there. Igor's also getting the move done against Igor in the main straight. Takes easily P5 of the race. I guess there might be some damage to Betham's car. He's losing a lot of time compared to the drivers ahead of him. Or simply lost the pace or grip on those tires after the incident. Gatowski sticking to the back of Artem. Now Igor is really far behind from his teammate Poco Raul in 4th place of the race, so I don't think he's going anywhere at this point. It's just a 4-way battle for the win at this point. Raul, it doesn't seem very likely that he could have a chance of winning this race as well. He's actually very close to dropping from the DRS gap. And what is going to be interesting is to see the battle for P5 between Igor and Eichel. Will Eichel have a fight back on the Ferrari driver here? Artem leads 3/10 ahead of Gatowski. We're going to have 3 laps to go in the remaining of this race. Who is going to win this one? Is it going to be Artem, Gatowski, Cloud, or even could it be Raul? Coming into the main straight now to start the lap 25 of the race. Here comes Gatowski down the inside. Eichel moving a bit late. Artem moving a bit late there, but in the end it's going to be Gatowski who will be taking the lead of the race. Eichel once again retakes P5 of the race, getting ahead of Igor. And also Mango make a little mistake there, tried to send a move there against Igor, but in the end went off the road. That might have allowed the Miano also to think about a move against him, but at the moment nothing he can really do. It's the slowest part of the track, no real overtaking points unless you want to risk it, of course. And in the battle for the lead of the race, both with almost full battery. How is this gonna end? How is this gonna settle in the final lap of the race? Still 2 more to go. Will it be Gatowski or Artem, the winner of this Japanese Grand Prix? Following Artem right at the back of Gatowski. Coming into the main straight, 2 laps to go. Is he gonna try and deploy some ERS? Now, none of them actually doing so. Artem will try and take the lead of the race now. He's trying to go for it around the outside. Is Gatowski trying to send the move down the inside in here? Who's gonna take the place? Side by side could get a bit dangerous there, but in the end it's Artem who has to back off the move there. And it's gonna be Gatowski up in the lead of the race. I see it really complicated for Cloud to try and win this one at this stage. It's going to be really hard. The mediums did last for long in the end. Artem is really close to the back of Gatowski. He's going to be looking for every possible gap to try and win this race. 1 lap to go. Pace is really equal between the 2 drivers, so we gotta see who is going to be the smartest into the final lap. And of course, not making mistakes will be crucial. Bats plus getting the move done against Betham, who I think can't do anything more on those. I'm not sure if it's tires or damage on the car, as I said before. We'll see how it ends up. He's sliding a lot. That will cost him losing the DRS against his teammate. And well, we're about to enter the final lap of the race. Both leaders on almost equal DRS conditions. Coming into the main straight to go, and I see Gatowski is gone a bit wider. That might allow Artem to get the move done for the lead of the race. using all his battery, but Gutowski is gonna do the same. Who's gonna be leading? I think it's gonna be Artem. I think it will be Artem going down the inside in here, but Gutowski will be able to defend around the outside and made a bit of contact there. Gutowski goes wide, and that will allow Cloud to get the move done as well. Cloud moves up the second of the race. Interesting things going on in the lead, and in the end I think they made contact and Gutowski had to go off the road there. Artem leads and is gonna win from pole position, unless of course Cloud has something to say about that. Gutowski will try and attack Cloud once again to try and recover that second place of the race, but at the moment seems really difficult. Igor by the other side ended up losing to Mango, and Igor is gonna be finishing this race on P6, possibly due to Mango's penalty. Artem quickly building the gap against Cloud and Gutowski. Artem has the race win on the bag. And now coming into the final meters of this race. It's been a really interesting race. Entertaining fight for the win as well. Here comes Gutowski against Cloud. Who's gonna get the place into the final chicane? They go. And it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be Cloud who's gonna be finishing ahead, and we're gonna go onboard with Artem, who wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Cloud finishes in second, Gutowski in third, Raul on P4. Igor will take P... No, he actually got a penalty in the end. It's Igor who's gonna be P5 in the end. Igor on P6, Mango on P7. Damiano will take P8 of the race. And now Bats, I think Bitham will be able to take P9. This is the penalties. And that's the end of the race. In the end, Artem wins from pole position, Cloud in second, Gutowski in third. Fastest lap for Artem as well, has taken full points today. And well, really happy to have commentated today for this Japanese Grand Prix, and hopefully we'll meet again next weekend for next run. I'm still not too sure what track it is, but I'll find out soon. So thanks to all for watching, and goodbye.